Your favorite influencer isn't selling cream. She's selling her soul. In the glittering high-rises of Victoria Island, Lagos, Lara was the undisputed queen of organic skincare. Inside this box lived a supernatural snail, an entity that demanded dark rituals in exchange for those billionaire bank alerts that funded her lavish lifestyle. Lara wasn't just an influencer. She was a high priestess of a very dark, very profitable secret. Now, picture this. Two young water sellers, Joy and Calist, hawking their wares under the scorching Lagos sun, scrolling through Lara's feed on a cracked phone screen. They saw the private jets, the designer bags, the life they could only dream of. They didn't just want her success, they craved her secret. So, they found a way to meet her, begging, pleading for her to show them the way. She agreed, but this path wasn't paved with hard work or smart investments. It was a dark, winding road that led deep into the forests of Delta State. There, in a clearing shrouded by ancient trees, they met a wide-eyed native doctor. The air was thick with the smell of herbs, and something else, something ancient and unsettling. He offered them a deal, a twisted shortcut to wealth. He called leak and get, magic, the prize their souls. He explained the ritual, one taste of a specially prepared snail, and any man they chose. They accepted. They performed the ritual, sealing their fate with a single, slimy taste. And just like that, their world transformed. These men, once captains of industry and political powerhouses, were now docile, their wills completely bent to the whims of the two girls. The growing restlessness that simmered just beneath the surface. They were too busy living the fast life to notice the slow-burning fuse they had lit. Lara was their guide, their mentor in this new world of ritual and riches. She taught them the rules, the incantations, and most importantly, the maintenance. But then, one day, Lara vanished. Poof. Gone. No text, no call, just an empty penthouse and a cold trail. She had disappeared into thin air, leaving Joy and Calist alone with their greed, their magic, and a secret they were just beginning to understand. Without Lara's guidance, the cracks in their perfect lives started to show. The men grew more agitated, their moments of clarity becoming more frequent and more dangerous. The nightmare reached its terrifying peak after a lavish trip to Dubai. Dazzled by the opulence and lost in their own self-importance, they forgot the most sacred rule of the ritual, the one thing that kept the dark magic in balance. They forgot to feed the snail. That night, the snails escaped their enclosures, and the true cost of their shortcut became horrifically clear. The debt wasn't financial, it was physical. Joy was the first to feel it. A strange stiffness began in her limbs. Her movements became slow, unnervingly rhythmic. Her skin, once flawless, started to glisten with a thick, slimy secretion. She tried to scream, but her throat constricted. Her body was no longer her own. It was contorting, sliding with an inhuman pulse, as if being pulled by an invisible string. Her friends watched in horror as she transformed, her consciousness fading until she was nothing more than a mindless, twitching shell of a girl, covered in a grotesque slime. She died in agony, a prisoner in her own body, her luxurious life ending in a puddle of slick horror. She had to escape. As she fled, her body betrayed her. Her legs gave way, and she found herself crawling, leaving a literal trail of slime on the polished floors of the life she had stolen. Her journey became a slow, agonizing crawl back to the very village she had once so desperately despised. All that was left was the horrifying slimy transformation. She finally reached her village, no longer a glamorous city girl, but a monstrous, crawling creature, her humanity dissolving with every inch she covered. She had chased a golden throne, only to discover it was made of salt. This story isn't just about magic snails. It's a brutal reminder that character is worth more than cash, and any wealth that costs you your soul will eventually come to collect its debt, leaving nothing but a slimy trail of regret. It takes time, it takes effort, and it doesn't have a slow, painful exit strategy. Thank you for watching.